There's nothing more exciting in football than a wonder kid, the next Messi, the new Ronaldo, the teenage phenom everyone thinks will dominate the game. But the truth is, for every Kylian Mbappe or Jude Bellingham, there are 10 others who just didn't make it. Today we're going to explain every time a wonder kid flopped, from Freddie Adu to Bojan to Jesse. What went wrong, what could have been, and where they are now. Freddie Adu. Let's start with the face of football flops. In 2003, Freddie Adu signed with DC United at just 14 years old. The media hailed him as the American Pele. He had Nike commercials, magazine covers, and European clubs circling before he even turned 16. But here's what went wrong. Adu was marketed as a finished product before he was even a pro. His development was rushed, and by the time he went to Europe, he bounced between 9 clubs in 9 years, including stints in Portugal, Greece, Turkey, and Serbia. He never developed the tactical discipline or consistency needed to compete at the top level. Today, Adu is out of football and working in youth coaching. He was only 5'8" and not physically dominant, and his touch faded against elite defenders. A cautionary tale of hype over substance. Bojan Krkić. In 2007, Bojan became the youngest ever player to score for Barcelona in La Liga. He broke records Messi had just set. The Spanish press dubbed him the next great La Masia product. In his debut season, he scored 10 league goals, more than Iniesta ever managed in a single campaign. But Bojan struggled with anxiety and mental pressure. He was left out of Spain's Euro 2008 squad, not due to injury, but panic attacks. His confidence was fragile. After Barca, he played for Roma, Milan, Stoke City, Mainz, and Montreal. Too much, too fast. He retired at 32, reflecting that his mind wasn't ready for stardom. Alexandre Pato. When AC Milan signed Pato in 2007, he was 17 and already dazzling in Brazil. He had pace, flair, and that samba swagger. He scored on his debut for Milan and looked destined to lead the line for a decade. But injuries destroyed him. Between 2009 and 2012, Pato missed over 50 games with recurring muscle tears. Each time he returned, he looked slower, less explosive. His move to Chelsea in 2016 summed it up. Just 2 appearances, 1 goal, and then gone. He had brief revivals in China and MLS, but he never became the Neymar rival Brazil wanted. Adnan Januzaj. Remember when Januzaj was hailed as Manchester United's next star? He burst onto the scene in 2013 with 2 goals versus Sunderland. David Moyes called him world-class potential. He even had a national team tug-of-war between Belgium, England, and Albania. But the pressure came too soon. After just 1 good season, he struggled under Van Gaal, was loaned out, and never regained his spark. He later found some stability at Real Sociedad, but never reached elite status. His inconsistency and lack of physical development held him back. He's still playing, but the hype faded years ago. Jesse Rodriguez. Jesse was once Real Madrid's golden boy. In 2013-14, he scored 8 goals in limited minutes and was seen as the next Cristiano Ronaldo. But then came a devastating ACL tear. He was never the same, slower, less confident, and seemingly less focused. He began prioritizing his music career and off-field brand. Multiple failed loans followed, including stints at Stoke and PSG, where he was widely mocked for being overweight and disinterested. By 2022, he was playing in Turkey and Cyprus. A sad fall from grace. Ravel Morrison. Sir Alex Ferguson once said Morrison was the best youth prospect he'd seen since Paul Scholes. At 16, he dominated youth games for Manchester United, but his off-the-field issues killed his momentum. Legal problems, disciplinary issues, and rumored attitude problems meant no manager could trust him. He bounced between 12 clubs, including Lazio, Atlas in Mexico, and Derby County. The talent was real, but the mindset wasn't. Giovanni dos Santos. Coming through Barcelona's system, Gio was electric, fast, tricky, left-footed. He scored a La Liga hat-trick as a teenager, and was part of Mexico's 2005 U-17 World Cup winning squad. But his move to Tottenham didn't work out. He lacked tactical discipline and never adjusted to English football's pace. He had some decent spells in MLS and for the Mexican national team, but never became a global star. Many saw him as a potential Ballon d'Or candidate in his teens. He peaked at 24. Denilson, not the winger from 1998, but the midfielder Arsenal bought in 2006. He was captain of Brazil's U-17 team and seen as the next Cesc Fabregas. He played over 150 times for Arsenal, but never really commanded games. Wenger trusted him early, but his lack of progression was noticeable. He was soon replaced by the likes of Ramsey and Wilshere and returned to Brazil quietly. Alen Halilovic. When Barcelona signed Halilovic at 16, he was dubbed the Croatian Messi. He had flair, vision, and that low center of gravity. But his development stalled with too many loans. Hamburg, Sporting Gijón, Las Palmas, Heerenveen. No consistency, no role. By 25, he had played for 9 clubs in 7 years. Technically gifted, but lacked decision-making and physicality. A classic case of too many moves, too fast. Martin Odegaard. Here's an exception. At 16, Odegaard joined Real Madrid as the youngest Galactico ever. But in reality, he developed quietly, matured on loans at Heerenveen, Vitesse, and Real Sociedad, and became a world-class midfielder at Arsenal. He proves that sometimes Wonderkids just need time. Other honorable mentions: Lucas Piazzon, signed by Chelsea at 17, then went on 7 different loans and never played consistently. Kurlon, known for his seal dribble, but injuries ruined his chances in Europe. Gael Kakuta, touted as Chelsea's future, but bounced around mid-tier clubs in Europe. Jack Wilshere, incredible talent, but recurring ankle injuries halted what could have been a stellar England career. Serdar Taski, a German international by 21, Taski disappeared from the spotlight soon after joining Bayern as an emergency signing. So why do Wonderkids flop? Sometimes it's injuries, sometimes it's mental health, sometimes it's poor career choices, toxic agents, bad coaching, or simply growing up under too much pressure. For every Haaland or Pedri, there's a Halilovic or Yese. Talent gets you noticed, but everything else decides if you succeed. Football doesn't wait. So next time you hear about the next Messi or next Neymar, remember this video and let us know in the comments. Who's the biggest Wonderkid flop you've ever seen? Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Soccer Explained videos every single week.